It's a story that has captivated millions, a whirlwind of love, jealousy, and ultimate betrayal. The trial of Jodi Arias for the brutal murder of her ex-boyfriend, Travis Alexander, is one of the most notorious and widely publicized cases in American true crime history. The cameras rolled as every twist and turn of the trial played out like a made-for-TV movie, with millions tuning in to watch the courtroom drama unfold. But behind the sensational headlines and media frenzy lay a chilling tale of obsession, manipulation, and tragedy. What drove Jodi Arias, a seemingly ordinary woman, to commit such a heinous act? Was it a crime of passion or a calculated act of premeditated murder? And perhaps most haunting of all, could it have been prevented? Travis Alexander and Jodi Arias met at a business convention in Las Vegas in September 2006. Travis, a successful motivational speaker and salesman, was known for his charm, ambition, and strong religious beliefs as a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Jodi Arias, an aspiring photographer, was immediately drawn to his confidence and charisma. Their relationship quickly became romantic, but it wasn't all sunshine and roses. While Travis was seen as a rising star in his community, Jodi's behavior became increasingly possessive. Friends and family of Travis noted that Jodi seemed infatuated, even obsessed, with him. Their relationship was rocky, with intense ups and downs, frequent breakups, and constant turmoil. Behind closed doors, their connection took on a darker tone. Some of Jodi's friends later described her as manipulative and controlling, while others noted that Travis had also exhibited questionable behavior, including emotional manipulation and verbal outbursts. Their relationship ended in 2007, but the story was far from over. On June 4, 2008, Travis Alexander was found dead in his home in Mesa, Arizona. His body was discovered by concerned friends who hadn't heard from him in several days.
What's going on?
A friend of ours is dead in his bedroom. We hadn't heard from him for a while. We think he's dead. His roommate just went in there and said there's lots of blood. I didn't go in, but I can give you the phone to someone who went in there.
Yes, please, can you?
Hello.
Hi, so what's going on?
He's dead. He's in his bedroom.
Okay.
In the shower.
Okay. How did this happen? Do you have any idea?
No, we have no idea. Everyone's been wondering about him for a few days.
She said that there was blood. So is it coming from his head? Did he cut his head?
It's all over the place.
Is there any weapons around?
I don't know. Not that I saw.
I need all of you outside. Has he been threatened by anyone recently?
Yes, he has. Okay. He has an ex-girlfriend that's been bothering him and following him and slashing tires and things like that.
And do you know the ex-girlfriend's name?
Do you remember it? Yeah. What's his ex-girlfriend's name? Ask Taylor.
And do you know if he's ever reported it to the police?
Her name is Jodi. No, he hasn't reported anything about Jodi's behavior.
The scene was grisly. Travis had been stabbed nearly 30 times, his throat had been slashed from ear to ear, and he had a gunshot wound to the head. Blood stained the bathroom, telling a horrific tale of struggle and violence. Suspicion quickly fell on Jodi Arias. In her initial interviews with police, she claimed she hadn't seen Travis in months. Then she changed her story, claiming that two masked intruders had broken into the house, killed Travis, and attacked her.
Two people there. One was a guy and one was a girl. Was screaming, and I was by the bathtub. I remember putting my hand on his back because he was on all four of his knees. He was like on his knees like this, doing something like this or something like, I don't know. And I was like, are you okay? What's going on? What's going on? He's like, go get help, go get help. And I said, okay. And I turned around.
Her final version of events was perhaps the most shocking. She admitted to killing him, but claimed it was in self-defense. Her evolving stories only added fuel to the prosecution's case, painting her as a liar trying to cover her tracks. Evidence at the crime scene contradicted her claims. A camera recovered from the scene revealed photos of Jodi and Travis together on the day of the murder, as well as chilling images of Travis moments before and after his death. The trial officially began in January 2013, and it was nothing short of a media circus. Cameras captured every moment, making Jodi Arias a household name. People across the country were glued to their screens, riveted by the shocking testimony and jaw-dropping revelations. Prosecutors, led by Juan Martinez, argued that this was a clear case of premeditated murder. They claimed that Jodi planned the attack by staging a burglary at her grandparents' home to steal a gun, the same caliber used in the murder. Jodi's purchase of gas cans to avoid leaving a trail of receipts as she drove to Travis's home only bolstered her claim of premeditation. The defense, led by Kirk Nurmi, presented a very different narrative. They claimed that Jodi was a victim of domestic violence and killed Travis in self-defense. To support this theory, they cited text messages and emails in which Travis allegedly displayed controlling behavior. They also pointed to Jodi's mental state, portraying her as a fragile woman, driven to protect herself after enduring months of emotional and physical abuse. After months of riveting testimony, the jury reached a verdict. On May 8, 2013, Jodi Arias was found guilty of first-degree premeditated murder. However, the penalty phase was anything but smooth. The jury could not agree on the death penalty, resulting in a hung jury and a mistrial in the penalty phase. On April 13, 2015, Jodi Arias was finally sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
It is ordered. The defendant shall be incarcerated in the Department of Corrections for the rest of her natural life with no possibility of parole.
Her life behind bars has been marked by appeals, petitions, and ongoing controversy. Her case was taken to the Arizona Supreme Court, but her conviction was upheld. Appeals to the U.S. Supreme Court were also denied. She is currently serving her sentence at the Arizona State Prison Complex, Perryville. The Jodi Arias trial was unlike any other. It became one of the most watched trials of its time, rivaling the media spectacle of the O.J. Simpson trial. News outlets, TV specials, and documentaries covered every detail, turning the trial into a public obsession. Why did the public care so much? Was it the shocking nature of the crime, the courtroom theatrics, or was it Jodi herself, a woman with an innocent exterior but a seemingly dark, hidden nature? The dichotomy of her public image and the crime she committed fascinated the public. She was labeled everything from a victim of abuse to a femme fatale, who manipulated the men around her. True crime fans debated her guilt or innocence, dissecting every piece of evidence and every word of her testimony. To this day, podcasts, documentaries, and YouTube channels continue to explore the Jodi Arias phenomenon. So where is Jodi Arias today? She remains incarcerated at the Arizona State Prison Complex, Perryville, serving a life sentence without parole. Despite the grim circumstances, she has found ways to stay active. Jodi has participated in educational programs, religious services, and even maintained limited contact with the outside world through letters and phone calls. Her supporters claim she is a reformed individual, but for the family of Travis Alexander, justice was served. Still, many argue that the media frenzy surrounding the trial overshadowed its deeper themes: the dangers of obsessive relationships, the failures of mental health intervention, and society's thirst for trials of the century. As with many true crime cases, questions remain. Did the media influence the jury's decision? Could Jodi have been treated more fairly if the cameras weren't there? Was there any truth to her claims of self-defense? These questions continue to fuel debate on social media, YouTube, and true crime forums. The trial may be over, but the conversation is not. The Jodi Arias case remains one of the most compelling and polarizing crime stories of the modern era. It's a tale of love turned toxic, obsession turned violent, and justice delivered with the eyes of the world watching. Whether you see Jodi Arias as a victim or a cold-blooded killer, her story leaves an indelible mark on true crime history. For those of you who are fascinated by stories like this, please support our channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Join us as we continue to unravel the most chilling and mind-bending crime stories from around the world. Every case has a story, and every story leaves us with one burning question: what really happened?